Did you know that some of our community's waste isn't really waste at all? We're talking about things like food scraps and yard trimmings, what we call organic materials. Through a process called composting, we can work together to turn leaves, grass, apple cores, half-eaten sandwiches, spoiled leftovers, and other food scraps into something that helps our environment, which keeps our total waste to a minimum, and even creates beautiful landscapes and gardens along the way.
Composting refers to the breakdown of organic material into nutrient-rich compost that can be used as fertilizer for plants and flowers.
Fertilizer is something you add to soil to increase its ability to grow plants. At OCRRA, the composting process involves mixing 3 parts yard waste to 1 part food scraps and pumping air through the piles. Here's the interesting part.
Zillions of microscopic bugs and bacteria live in these piles, and they help to break down or decompose the food scraps and yard waste. This process produces heat and, in the end, compost.
So, composting sounds pretty cool, right? Wondering how you can get involved? Well, there are a couple of ways. Composting is something you can do at home or with the help of OCRRA.
Let's talk about the do-it-yourself options.
At home, you can compost outdoors using a pile or a simple compost bin. Whether you want to compost food scraps like banana peels and rotten tomatoes, or just leaves and grass, OCRRA gives you step-by-step instructions on our website, OCRRA.org. If you don't have space outside, you can create a compost bin indoors with a little help from some unlikely friends.
Worms!
Through a process called vermicomposting, red wiggler worms, a special kind of worm that digests food quickly, break down food scraps and turn them into compost. Not only is vermicomposting a great way to reduce waste, but it's a fun family or classroom project too.
If you want to learn more about composting at home, including how to build an indoor or outdoor bin and what can be composted, you can find full details at OCRRA.org.
And speaking of OCRRA, we have some pretty amazing facilities and programs to help with composting throughout our community. We accept all types of yard waste. We also compost food scraps. OCRRA works with local businesses, universities, and schools to collect and compost food scraps instead of sending them to our waste-to-energy facility. Through OCRRA's composting program, whether it's food waste or yard waste, it ends up as high-quality compost and mulch. Mulch is ground-up trees and brush used for gardens and landscapes. You can pick up both compost and mulch for your gardens, window boxes, potted plants, and lawns by visiting us. So when you think about it, composting is pretty simple. Food and yard waste comes in, and nutrient-rich compost goes out. The compost goes on to help plants in our community grow and thrive, which helps us all grow and thrive. So get involved with composting.
It's a great way to reduce the amount of trash we throw out, make our neighborhoods the cleanest and healthiest they can be, and help save the world a little each day.